Some behaviors you can't really pin them on parents. It's so much parents can do for you. Operate phone. But
basically, that is what the curriculum is now saying. The curriculum is now introducing these kids to ITC and stuff. But could it be because we have less activities for the teens or for the youth to do in our country or in our community?
That's one of them.
Maybe, yeah.
I feel because they have nothing to do. As a result, the least activity they will do is have a boyfriend, have a relationship, and make it intimate, and something results into something they cannot handle.
Yeah, this is where you find that a lot of boys are abusing drugs.
Yeah. Parents of nowadays don't want to listen.
But I thought maybe parents of nowadays are better than our parents.
No, I feel in the past parents used to. No, parents in the past would listen.
Parents in the past were harsh.
No, they were harsh, but
they
were able to
you.
listen.
They
loved us from the. When I know say the government will protect me, I will even be able to tell my teacher to say because I know say the government is on my side.
Maybe they had to introduce that because Fiadi Chidamo.
No, the Fiadi Chidilemo. Does depression just depend on a younger generation, or it is also going to a higher generation? It's people even older than our generation. We have a sitting-in president that says we should have a free and fair environment for each and everyone. So if I'm not guilty, I should not be confined in a certain place when I'm not proven guilty.
Living my life the way I'm thinking is supposed to believe. Not the way you want me to live. I never let people choose for me what to believe. Happiness is within me. I'm living my life the way I'm thinking is supposed to believe. Not the way you want me to live. I never let people choose for me what to believe. Happiness is within me.
Hello guys, welcome back to another episode of this podcast. I'm your host Witty and I'm chilling with
Lisa.
Binwo, aka Bin Karurushi.
What's up, guys? How are you?
Good,
my guy. How
have you been?
It's been days.
I've been okay, man. Yeah, we haven't seen each other since way back.
It's been about years now. Yeah.
Last time you featured on this channel, it was a time when I was making vlogs. Right?
Vlogs, yeah. We did the vlogs right here in McKinney, but just behind the Simpson Hotel. Yeah, it was a fantastic episode.
I wasn't there.
It was nice.
Yeah, you were not there. Welcome to this podcast.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Have you been seeing the episodes?
Yeah, I've been following up the episodes. I saw the episode of the Beck, Kelvin. Yeah, I've been updated with the podcast.
Yeah, what do you think about the podcast?
So far, so good. We're doing great.
Yeah,
they're fine. Yeah, though people have been selective about the discussions they bring about, so we thought we spice it a bit today.
Yeah,
don't even think about it.
No, like the guys are scared. They don't want me to go in.
Don't even think about it.
They don't want me to go political. Anyway, we won't go political.
Well, maybe there is a reason why she had to tag along. Maybe she's
trying to protect me.
Yeah, she's saving you from something.
Yeah, she's trying to protect me from a lot of stuff anyway. But anyway, as we go on the program, we'll be able to highlight a few things that can attach and help us as a society.
Yeah. So apparently, the people are depressed. Like youngsters are getting depressed. I don't know what you think about that. Like what would cause the youngster? They were stressed at 13, 14, 15. Like how? 16, 17. Why are you stressed?
Yeah.
Depression is something doesn't have an age. I think people get depressed due to different reasons. Can be home issues, family stressing you out. You know, kids of nowadays are falling in love at a tender age. So you meet this small boy lying to you, and you feel like you've made it there. You found love. You know how the first love is. We've been there. And then it turns out to be sour. It doesn't go as planned. What happens? You resort to taking your own life. Why? Because you are not loving yourself enough, or they haven't shown you how to love yourself enough at home.
Yeah, but again, if we talk about depression, I was reading an article that was published by the Zambia Police Service on their Facebook page. There's a pew from is it Chipata, somewhere this side on the eastern part of Zambia, that killed themselves because they were given a lecture or they were cancelled over a relationship while they are in school. After that counseling and everything, the male guy went and decided to end his life. So now, do we have to attach all that to relationship?
Yeah, that has to do with a relationship. What's the main cause? Why did he really take his life? So the main reason he took his life was because he was cancelled over a relationship. They didn't want him to be in a relationship.
Okay.
So that's why he took his life. So if it had something to do with, let's say, I'm raising my voice at you because I want to discipline you on your behavior at home, then you take doom. That has to do with your behavior at home. So the reason he killed himself was because he was being stopped from being in a relationship, and it felt like they are bothering him, or maybe they are depriving him of something.
Okay, so does that basically just mean our upbringing from the past is different from this current one that we are seeing, this breed of suicide, because that has become a bit rampant during this period from maybe we say 2021 to up to date? We've seen so much of that.
Yeah,
because now, looking at the statement, it was showing, say, this couple, parents came through, so they were both parents from the girl's side and from the guy's side. So basically, are you trying to tell us, say, this is happening because of the type of upbringing that is happening from our home or where we are coming from?
Not really the upbringing. You know, some behaviors you can't really pin them on parents.
Mm-hmm.
It's so much parents can do for you. I feel like when we were growing up, we were trained in a way where we were beaten. We were beaten. We were beaten. Kids of nowadays,
if
you can't beat.
You can't beat them. You beat
when
them,
you beat a child, I come from home where when you beat a child, you start apologizing, saying, "I'm very sorry for hitting you.
But
I didn't mean to."
When the child was even wrong in the first place.
As there was nothing like go to the thinking corner. Kids of nowadays, you can't beat. You send them to the thinking corner.
Mm-hmm.
But for us, they used to.
There was nothing like a thinking corner.
Yeah.
The moment varanda vyati muleteni kuno nishwashwa vale stati ba wisonga tabachiba ba mambo bakuma ba that wo balesa why because now bompopo wachita. But kids of nowadays, I don't think that's the case. It's not the case anymore. They have too much freedom. Whenever these days now got a freedom, grade 7 already in a smartphone. But basically
that is what the curriculum is now saying. The curriculum is now introducing these kids to ITC and stuff. They need to be acquainted with the phone, a smartphone or a computer at a very young age because of the new curriculum that has been brought. So now, for me, I feel like it's a type of way parents are dealing with these kids. Growing up, I can remember mom used to tell me, if you have a friend, she never went to say a girlfriend or something or somebody I'm intimate with. She would say, if you have a friend, make sure you bring them home. If you have to sit at home in the yard, sit with your friends, chat, and then you can escort them and go back. What she never liked was us standing in the road, because when people see you, something obviously will be communicated. Something very inappropriate will be communicated of whatever relationship might be. So now, I feel like when parents receive a notification, maybe from the school authority or from people in the community, how they handle these issues is what is contributing to the most suicidal or suicide cases that we are seeing. Because basically, I feel like once a parent hears there's a complaint, they should have a better way or a chance to talk to their child.
It's not every parent that gets those complaints. You see? Have you ever seen a child that's so quiet? This is a very innocent child.
Yeah.
But when the child is away from home, their behavior is so different. So, in as much as you can say parents are not handling it well, yes, that can be one of the reasons. But then, kids of nowadays are not listening. umufyashi kuti alandilo mu ayeshisho mu aumino bali rebellious abana abaningi.
Could it be that they are getting exposed at a very young age? In our time, we would know about sexual reproductive studies at a very higher stage in secondary or maybe primary. But nowadays, we would look at a child who is in the earliest primary, maybe grade 6. 5 is already acquainted with the reproductive system and stuff. Does that also get to affect how we as a youth are groomed up now?
Maybe that does, but also that is, I think it's there for them to get education. They educate them in those lines. You educate them at an earlier age. You see why they are doing that now? Because way back, you see in the villages, how kids at the age of 13 would be pregnant. Yes. They do that now to avoid such misunderstandings or such confusion. Why? Because we're no longer in the old age. We're no longer villagers now. Okay. You see, this is a modern time. So they need to educate kids and give them awareness of the dangers that are happening. This is what happens when you meet with a man. Not so that you go and experiment. So you know the dangers and the complications that come with it.
But don't you think them being taught at an early age to result
in them trying
wanting to experiment?
Wanting to
experiment.
That's how the mind is.
It's the same thing with when I heard about the Nankan. You are found at the facility. Now then, for the family planning, you start giving those at even ages of 12.
Even at 10, we will give you. That's a service. We have a youth-friendly corner where you meet and interact with your fellow youth.
Number, if a girl who is 12 is getting family planning, what is she getting it for? Is she not going to go out and do it?
No, we're trying to prevent. We're trying to prevent early or teen pregnancies. So basically, we all know that these young people are exposed already.
They like to experiment. Kids like to experiment. You hear something. Oh, I'm curious. Of course, I'll be curious. Okay, so this thing, what is it about? Also, what happens? I have conversations with my friends. Oh, listen, guys. Okay, so this, you've done it before. Yes, me, I've done it before. What happened? No, it was like this and like that. You see, I get curious. I also want to know. I also want to experience what she just told me.
Yeah, I want to feel how it feels.
Yes.
But could it be because we have less activities for the teens or for the youth to do in our country or in our community?
That's one of them.
Maybe, yeah.
I feel because they have nothing to do, as a result, the least activity they will do is have a boyfriend, have a relationship, and make it intimate, and something results into something they cannot handle.
Yeah, this is why you find that a lot of boys are abusing drugs.
Yeah. Because there has been a rampant increase in drug abuse, and that also is causing most of the suicide cases that we are listening about or we are seeing. So could it be that we do not have a lot of activities that are supposed to sustain the youth?
I feel like it's like that. Like we don't have a lot of activity. No enough recreational center.
Yes.
We have dormant minds now.
Kids have nowhere to go.
They have nothing to do.
The only thing they are doing is wait for who's performing where, who's coming in the country to come and perform.
So we are going to still take it back to the regulatory bodies. As we are going on, we'll still regulate to them, because you see, in the past, would have the council regulating who enters a drinking place. Would have a council regulate who is in that premises. How old are they? Are they supposed to be in that place? But looking at it these days, you'd find somebody even younger than me is walking with a cigarette in a place where there are so many elderly people, and nobody will have anything to talk about.
Like it's been normalized.
It's just normal for them to
kids
be
of
like
nowadays have big bodies. See? They have big bodies. So you see somebody, people are no longer, all they are thinking of is business. They no longer care. So long as it's not their child, they don't care. You understand? Okay, that's where the problem is. Because what do you mean muntu alifena 12 years alimone ko mukuru pali body wise? Wala kalina pesa kumwingisha mba.
There's no way because wasanga nokusanga temwana pono no alengira fi and they're making rounds even
mwana ina 16
better
years
than people older.
Aina 16 years. I got the body chava ina 23 years. 24 years.
Because you should notice, I'll give an example. When I give an example of them waiting for who's coming next, you should notice the artists they bring.
Yeah.
It's the artist that caters a
certain type of
generation.
Yeah.
Because you see that an artist, go you like for the first time, but umone crowd that are putting.
There's like
a
certain
guy
there are kids there bumping. I'm like, oh, so this guy is actually a big deal.
I was like, who's this guy? I don't know him. I've never heard of him.
But now you're looking at the crowd is able to
yeah.
No, we went to watch Shanyo. Who's that? What was happening?
So they wouldn't take it serious, knowing very well that they are making money
out of it.
But
so now
they should actually
work on that.
Yeah, because to avoid
because we need to find activities that will keep a youth occupied and drifted away from the suicidal thoughts. Because basically, if I'm going to be placed in a club, then I meet a young lady who is not ready for a baby, and I'm equally not ready for a baby. I'm being kept, right? I'm being kept, and I know everything, starting from my shoes to my haircut, is being sponsored by a parent. Then tomorrow I just go back and tell them, no guys, I've impregnated somebody. Obviously those guys will just be like, mwache walai ishibida. Walai ishibida. It's one of those things. Imitofole can be there, but I don't know if it's currently available. I don't know if it's currently available, but I'll give you a situation of something related to me. I made a joke to my mom. I was like, Mom, taimita ise. The time I was in college. And she goes like, uzasankapo pali skulu olo mwana wamene oyo. You get? So now if it really happened that was the situation on the ground, I would have obviously gone in a separate way where I started thinking, what do I do? Should I end myself so that the child will have a life better than mine? Or anything, or should I continue with school? But after some time, this old woman comes back to me and says, or it was serious. You get? Then I tell her, no, I was just trying to joke with you. I just want to see how you would react. You get? So now, if my mom maybe just said, obviously the next thing I will start thinking about is being suicidal. Because I have nowhere to go to. I have nowhere to run to. That is why I'm now taking you back to where I said, maybe the kind of upbringing these parents in this generation are bringing to their kids is also contributing to the number of suicidal cases that we are seeing, the number of depression that we are seeing.
Sometimes, you're saying sometimes depression can come from parents
home
themselves.
Yes,
from home. It does come from home sometimes. It does.
And I'm going to reliably say it comes from home.
There are a lot of people that are depressed because of their home situations, the way they are treated at home. Sorry. The way they're treated at home and everything like that. So, parents can also bully you.
Yeah.
Parents can bully you. So, it's the way parents of nowadays don't have that time to have a normal conversation with a child without, never. They want to threaten.
They're always aggressive.
They want to threaten you. Like, I'm trying to have a conversation with you. I'm trying to make you understand my position. Are you going to keep raising your voice? They don't have time to listen. They are more of reactors than giving an ear. Parents of nowadays don't want to listen.
But I thought maybe parents of nowadays are better than our parents.
No, I feel in the past parents used to. No, parents in the past would listen.
Parents in the past were harsh.
No,
they were harsh, but
they were able to
you.
listen.
They
loved us from the depth.
I don't know, maybe your parents, but parents, mine. Yes, harsh, but they would still give you an ear and listen.
But anyway, there is no way.
My dad was somebody who was harsh. He would slap you before he hears your point. But after you go cry, then he would follow you.
Now, if you're feeling there.
Yeah, he would follow you. But he would still come to you and ask me, young man, what happened?
We had fear. These kids of nowadays are not scared of their parents. But because they are trying to have that relationship where a child is able to be open to their parents.
Your parent is not someone you're supposed to fear. Why are you feering your parents?
That's where we come from.
So now
that's where we are coming from.
That's where you are coming from.
The majority of parents from the 90s. I'm telling you, they were like
They were
that.
ash, right?
Yeah.
They were ash, but they were able
were-
to give us a hearing here.
Let me
No,
tell
they
you,
would be there and they would give you a chance to
parents of
explain
nowadays
yourself.
are busy. Bari ba busy. Nga tebali
Say
kufulanga
that.
muliro.
Yes.
Kuma
That is what they're
kitchen
trying to-
They are
party.
not
Kuma
present.
They are never present.
This
busy.
is why the kids out there
Doing
They are
whatever
so
they have to
busy.
do.
But
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
they
I
are
agree on
working.
that.
They are working.
I agree on that.
Twamala kufika abafyashi bamwe abasala fyati bafe ku church bena. Bafe ku church.
So like they
It's a
left
priority.
they left home at
bafe ku church
8.
bena.
Up to this time they're still at church.
There's-
They don't know what has happened to their kids
In
from
between.
8 to 17
From
hours.
Monday
But
to
kakea,
Sunday.
but kakea upokade washoti.
for
Like
kakea
they
upokade.
could check our books.
Yes.
Like ain't no
Aba-
way.
aba ino-
Like,
aba-
like,
aba-
ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Eh?
Ewe tuwa pasa number.
I
Ewe number
remember.
10.
I remember Dad used to sign my book.
That is-
Every page.
Homework.
that
Parents
used
of
to
nowadays
happen.
don't even.
That
Do
used
they
to
still
happen.
sign homework? Abafyashi ba ino.
I don't know, man.
That used to happen. You see,
there's a
you have-
difference between parents then and parents now.
Okay, on the caring part, you're right.
Yeah. So now that is also contributing. You see. So a parent will be there shouting at you, but a parent should also give you a chance to explain yourself.
Yes.
But now we are in a generation where I know my parents are always on Facebook, so they know the trends. They know the trends.
Imagine
Even if I
you're
don't
moving
show
on
up,
the same level.
if I don't show up at home at 20, they'll be able to not say, ari kuri yoma, ari kuri chani, ari kuri chiti.
Abafyashi bakale kutuwa kuri yo maps.
Ah,
20 hours South
which
Africa.
which stage?
Ulalo.
Now ulemba list ya explain how you
Police
move.
report.
We send a police report.
Kanga wewe bane ba ulatishinji.
Because you are missing.
You're missing a lot, you see. Now parents
Curfew,
nowadays will tell
16
you.
hours ukwira oli mwana. What are you doing pabene kuma lunch time? Parents back then, lunch time you're supposed to be home. Panganda pamyenu lero lero fyakula fye panganda pamyenu. 16 hours you're supposed to be home.
But you
Parents
know-
of nowadays
but you know-
bakwata ko
but you know-
ke yo mwana nayo oluchero pwerere.
But you know, these kids are also a problem. Because if you paint that picture to them, they'll look at it as torture.
ulenje batu mwana oju wanjala
Because-
isampeshe.
Abaicho abali basoft.
Because
Ah,
that's,
be-
that's,
ah,
that's,
better,
that is why,
I better.
that's why we were saying the same laws and regulations the government is putting across is what is affecting us now.
Like
You
what?
see? So now they're saying you eat a child, it's corporal punishment, right?
Mm.
So that basically takes away
But that's valid.
the right of a
No.
Don't you
parent.
think so?
No, it's not valid.
Come on.
It's not
What
valid.
about them Yuma?
It's not
Pardon me,
valid.
Minepori, I still remember that slap
Yeah.
till today.
That's same
That's
slap.
not normal.
That same slap made you
Giving me a
you-
PTSD. That's not healthy.
That slap also made you remember to say I need to follow what is right.
Bro, I was just outside.
So now when I know say the government will protect me, I'll even be able to tell my teacher to say taparivo lenje bayo because I know say the government is on my side.
Maybe they had to introduce that because Fiari Chiramo.
No, the fear chidilemo, dude. If there's a parent that will tell you in a banani menya to a point where anachosa blood, kukumba che muganda wasn't a big deal.
Oh, it wasn't.
It wasn't a big
Even
deal.
ukwempa wakupea.
Even
Kwempe
ukwempa
ofapa nukuya
kwempa.
kwa mshubu mboko.
Yes.
Kutefe wakwempa.
So that
Because
time
you-
when I'll be doing that slashing, I'll have it in my mind. So the next time I do this kind of a similar case, I'll have to slash up to that end.
Yeah.
I'll respect myself and put myself in
But
order.
this is child labor.
You get?
Abaicho
Abaicho
babara
I'll have that scenario. You see, me, I'm
Can't abuse me like that.
me, I'm somebody that will give you examples.
What do you mean? Go and wash dishes.
Me, I'll give you valid
I wash
examples.
up on day for it.
Me, I'll give you valid examples.
Mm.
Right here in college, somebody tells me, you're suspended. We need to call your parents. And I'm like, dude, you have to talk to my parents about my suspension.
Yeah.
Is that right? How are they going to take it? I now look at where I'm coming from. So if I was from this generation, I would just say, taparago mlelanda nangumba 2 minutes. It is okay.
You won't even be scared.
Yeah, we are now looking at the parents suing the old school, their teacher and teachers, and now these
For
guys are.
discipline.
Oh,
Child
you're
that-
saying that boy from Mongo.
Yes.
For
Now you
discipline,
So now,
a child that
what
disrespected
picture?
me.
What picture are you going to give the teachers or the management? Do they have the right to talk to a pupil the way we are talked to? You can imagine in college somebody tells you you are supposed to be 5 kilometers away from the school premises, and you have to obey because you not say, okay, I still need to come back and complete my studies. You get? So now here is a child, bamupisha school or bamukaripira, I don't know, whatever transpired, goes and reports, and now the teachers are paying the kid. So now, do you think you are imparting the right morals in that child? Because even if they went to college, they would still portray the same kind of behavior. As a result, the moment that boy will not have people to back his kind of behavior or kind of attitude, he will run into depression. As a result, everybody would distance from him. In the end, we'll have what? Suicide.
This is why they say it takes a whole village to raise a child.
True.
You bring your child to school, I become the parent as a teacher.
So
I discipline your child.
so
Why? You will not allow a child disrespect me.
Mm-hmm.
In as much as they had whatever misunderstanding, the hammering might have been too much also, and the level of disrespect was also too much. Whoever had hit the child might have used emotions, and the child also used emotions. You understand? But what example are you setting now? What example are you giving the child? We don't live forever. No one lives forever.
Yeah, very true.
So who will keep your child when you are not there? God forbid.
True.
Who will take care of a child with such behavior?
Nobody would even want
But
to.
that's nobody,
Because even if I said, okay, I want to keep this boy, but looking at the kind of behavior he's portraying when the parents are there, what happens when they are not there? I'll die.
And I think it was leading to, there was another case they said where 2 pupils beat up a teacher to the point where it got fractured.
Yes, you see.
Remember, like I saw face to my child and I'm like, what happened?
Really happened?
No, but Sabama temper shan, so the pupils reacted. And then I asked the boy, like, what did they do to those?
To the
pupils?
teacher.
There must be
There should be something.
a punishment to end that tapati. I was like, what?
You see?
I was like, what?
So now, because
They beat up their own teacher, fractured, and then nothing.
a people will just say
Still
what's about
continued.
temper, and this PTA board will just say no, the pupils were right. I think we have a weak link.
That
Okay,
was-
so now
okay, that was crazy,
Okay,
right?
let's put it in this concept now. Does depression just depend on a younger generation, or it is also going to a higher generation?
It's-
People even older than our generation.
Yeah.
Is this depression just basically sitting on a certain type of age group, or
No.
it goes beyond?
It's
I think
everybody.
it goes beyond.
Yeah, because now
everybody.
we are talking of people being arrested without a case. Muntu che bamfaka masero.
Yeah.
That person will be depressed.
Yeah, true.
You know, I mean, somebody who's never been in a police cell,
Yeah.
then mwamfaka msero, a lot of things will happen there.
Yeah,
The next thing is depression.
Because a lot of things.
A lot of things
get
happen,
affected.
you get-
One, you haven't done anything.
Yes,
wrong.
I haven't done anything wrong. I haven't done whatever.
So many things are going to be on pause.
Yeah, so now somebody just tells you, this is what is the case on the ground, and you have to start explaining.
Yeah.
You get? So all those things now contribute to the aspect of who is going to get depressed.
Yeah.
Their aunts.
Back to you.
Hey, I finished. Kev.
Their aunts everywhere, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll still continue.
Yeah.
The aunts can still.
Yeah.
She'll move a bit. She'll move a
Let
bit.
me move a bit
We
first.
move
Let's
the
move.
bench.
No,
Yeah,
let me
let's-
move a bit first.
Let's move the bench. We are
I don't
rolling.
know.
We
What do
back.
I, child?
We back. You just attach it.
Yeah.
So we're actually talking about age-based depression. So now we are saying we have people of our age being locked up for something they haven't done, nothing they've done, or there's no case that they've done. Then you put me in a confinement where there are criminals and stuff. Does that also contribute to depression?
It does.
We have a sitting-in president that says we should have a free and fair environment
Yeah.
for each and everyone. So if I'm not guilty, I should not be confined in a certain place when I'm not proven guilty.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be charged, get charged, given a bond or a bill, I go back home
Because
and start appearing.
you saying like you being locked up without having like
Being charged.
yeah
Because now
it disturbs you, especially
a lot.
like let's say they find you with nothing.
nothing. There's
After-
nothing. After maybe I've been in a cell for 6 months.
Yeah, and then
Then they come and tell me, no,
you're innocent.
this case is now closed. There's nothing the state has been able to prove.
But they
So now
remember
do
you were in the same place with the
Criminals and stuff,
You have
the
been
kind of abuse that
disturbed,
is coming
yeah.
from there. Because obviously the officer will not be there all the time.
Very true.
I'll be exposed to criminals that are being there outside attacking people. And here is just me, a certain gentleman or a young person that doesn't even do all that stuff. Just because I was found in this kind of environment at a particular time, I'm now being confined in a place where I'm not supposed to be. So now, are we trying to look at the kind of mental health we are going to live with that person? mental fracture that will be left with me. You get? Because from now, I will not say, okay, now I'm free, but my brain will still have, I spent days in a cell.
And then the other thing is your name just being attached.
It will be attached to that.
Arrested.
You being arrested.
That guy was once arrested.
So
it affects a lot.
And you know, all that.
That's a record. Doesn't that mankind? That it's not. Isn't it the same thing as a criminal record?
It is a criminal record because for you to just brush it off. No, it is very easy for me to get arrested and get discharged, but it is very difficult for me to clear out my name thereafter. If there is a charge, let them be charged. Take them to court. If the court sees it due for them to get a bond, get them a bail. Let them go home, meet their families, get back to their normal wailing being, and then life goes on. If they will appear in court, they have to appear in court. You get? So now, you can now imagine if that guy comes out, how is his mental health? Is he going to go suicidal? Is he going to go in a deep depression to a point where he's now frustrated to say, even if I ended life, it is just okay? You get? So this is what we're trying to say. So it is always goes back to the kind of leadership that we have, the people that we are standing with. So these issues are not just issues that we look at and brush it off. This is an issue that will go generations to come. Because whoever has been mistreated today will not come back to me and tell me I will not do the same to the next person. That is a lie. Obviously, the moment they get a chance to preside over a case, they will behave exactly how as the other person did to them. We've seen this. Shaka used to say, never leave an enemy behind. Shaka knew what he meant. You cannot leave somebody na umalero na muma maero amgutrena kudojo ati ali labako. I guess I knew what I mean. So you see, these issues are just there. So today we might say, no, we are raising a generation that will be forgiven. It's not true. Even if today we got a new institution that comes to govern stuff, they will still behave like the previous one has behaved, because our mental status and our mental thinking is already composed to a scenario or a software where it has to challenge whatever the other person did to them. You get? Yeah, so that is basically where we are. So depression has a lot of parameters or factors that are contributing. The suicidal that we're seeing, many kids are being suicidal because of the certain stuff that we've mentioned. There's a factor to deal with parents. There's a factor to deal with the environment where we're coming from. There's an environment where if I said, Animenya mkazi wangu, everybody will laugh at me. In the end, I'll be depressed in my heart. In the end, I'll just decide to say, let me go suicidal, let me just end it all. Because I can't open up and tell somebody, this is what is on the ground. You get? So if we are at an environment where somebody can express themselves openly, it would be good and fair.
What do you think about people who come online sharing their stress?
So most of the time,
because that is received with mixed feelings.
Yeah, most of the times, if we go open, like on the internet, there's so many people on the internet today. Even people that are going through the same kind of scenario as me will be openly laughing at me, while they are confirming to say whatever this guy is going through is basically the same with me. So that when we say an open environment, we do not mean we go on the social media or anything. I need to have a parent that I will go to and tell them, Mom, Dad, this is what is happening with me. Okay, I have so much debt and I need to clear this out. If I don't clear, it will end me in so much and so much. And here is a parent that will tell me, okay, young man, this is what we'll do. We'll do A, B, C, D for you to repay this debt. Not where I go to you and say, I have a guy in pressure. The next thing I go and hear that pressure somewhere else. The next thing, Yasalanga. You see, so those issues, they will lead me into a lot of depression. In the end, I'll just, so I need to a point where everybody feels like,
it makes people not to open
up. So the next thing is, I'll never open up. Even if I was to open up, I'll just say, nah, it's okay. I'll just endure. In the end, I'll be in my room alone. Then the only option I see is the pole hanging in the roof. And just say, maybe this can end it all. The next thing you'll find me hanging. and you'll be like, oh, this guy mentioned about this stuff. So let us have an open environment that is ready to look at people and accept them, to say this is what is on the ground, or this is what this person is going through. Give us a counsel without other people knowing. Because me, if I confide in you, I know to say this person will keep my secrets. This person will keep this issue to themselves. Not nakuuza vintu lero maero na vimverera kuchana.
All of these days, you even hear someone makes content about you.
Story
time on how this guy did this and
story
this.
Time,
like, bro.
I'm like, guy, you're talking about me. This is basically just me.
Those crazy story time do something to whoever is in those stories.
Yes.
They don't know that. But to them, they're just looking at it from
you tell me
content. No, how this guy did this to me.
I need to do this.
Yeah.
So now basically, I come to you, I tell you, okay, this is what happened to me. Few days later, I see you posting on Facebook how this happened to me. And I'll be in the background saying, should I trust the next person? You see, as a result,
the next person suffers.
Yes, the next person will not even go, because obviously they'll feel like, guys, and that issue came out in the public domain. So basically, even me, I'll feel like, no, this is not right. I'll keep it to myself. In the end, it's me suffering. So we need to have an open environment, an environment where we allow people to express themselves. Express how they feel. I need friends where I'll go to say, guys, this is what is on the ground. You get? Yeah. So there's been a lot happening in the past few months that I failed to tell people, because I know to say when I tell them, they'll feel like I'm not being the man that I'm supposed to be. You see, people will feel like, well, he's just trying to drag some attention to himself. He needs the people to be on his side and the like. Get?
Are you the type who needs someone
to speak to?
When you're going through something.
Yeah, I'm a type that is easily expressing to people how I feel. I have a friend from Kasama. She happens to be my sister-in-law, but it's somebody I'm free with. Even when I don't speak to my family, I go to this lady and tell her, say, okay, this is what is happening. This is what I've been facing.
So when you're going through that, when you're confiding in
her,
what do you expect from that? What do you get out of that?
So what I get from her is she'll give me her own side of a counsel. She'll tell me, okay, this that you are going through, how we can handle it is like this and this. Because this is somebody has been in a similar situation to mine. How did you handle this? Then she tells me, okay, I handled it like this. I informed this one and this one and that one. And they guided me to go about it like this and this. So now if I saw to say it worked for this person, I obviously try to take the same routes. But if the first time I notify you or confide in you, then the next thing I hear it from the next person, obviously the next time something similar happens to me, I'll not be able to express myself. I'll just say, no, it's okay. Let me just keep it to myself. You get? So that is basically where we are. And that is why we are seeing a lot of suicidal cases, because we do not have people that are ready to hear you out. We do not have an environment that is suitable for you to express yourself.
But do you think people understand what depression is? Like, it's something that can be
handled? Yeah. A lot don't understand what depression is. That is number one. A lot don't understand what depression is and how to handle depression. I can be depressed today, but once I keep it in me alone, when I keep it to myself alone, it will become worse than it was at the first start. But if I confided in somebody and somebody gave me a counsel, told me, okay, we can handle this and that, I would be able to reduce the stress that is on me. Because depression typically just comes out of the stress levels that I have. Because I know I'm stressed, but I'm keeping it to myself. It will be bottling up until it reaches a point where the brain just tells me, young man, I'm tired.
Shut down.
I'm tired. The only option you have here, get to push it. My heart will be like, how do we end this? The brain will obviously kick in and say, picture, because the brain gets pictures. It's just a software. Whatever it saw on the social media, maybe somebody just bought Doom Waiche, and how much Doom of city. The next thing is I also go for that option because that is now what the brain is feeding my heart, and my heart is responding to that. You get, so the more I bottle up the stress, it will lead to depression.
So what would be your advice?
So my advice would be
to people going through something like that.
My
like
advice
stress,
would be if you are going through stress, depression, or anything related to that, find somebody you can talk to. It can be a relative. You are not comfortable with relatives. We have priests, we have pastors. If you're not comfortable with your pastor, you can talk to somebody, even from the street, somebody you just met today. You can just stop them to say, Mommy, Daddy, or brother, sister, I have this going on with me. Sit down with them. Maybe by the time you finish 30-40 minutes talking to that person, your levels of stress would have reduced.
Yeah.
That would have happened.
So just find someone to talk
Find somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
I think that is the key.
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we are coming to an end of this episode.
Sure. It has been an amazing episode. We have discussed a lot, and I'm really happy I showed up.
And she ditched us. Now
Yeah,
she's back.
back
That's
now.
when we done.
I had an emergency.
Yeah.
It's been lovely interacting with you guys.
Yeah.
Please like, share, and comment.
Yeah, do all the good stuff.
See you on the next one.
See you on the next
Yeah.
one. Cafe Channel again.
Yeah,
I'll be back.
We'll be back.
I'll be back.